So today's progress is fixed all that crustiness, welded some more tabs on there where I can weld it back to the wheel well when that time comes. It's just all screwed in place right now. I still have to cut this out, make a new section for that. I'll probably do the same thing back here, make a little section to cover that. And then I pulled the old trunk rail off. It's kind of crazy. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spot welds in that little area to hold this little flimsy thing in place. I don't know. I thought it was overkill myself, but yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, once you pull a part like that up, then you run into other stuff. So I got that part up, I'll have to deal with this. So can't tell, but I think that lip probably come over a little bit further. But I'm just going to cut this whole section out and then just weld a whole nother piece in it. And that's kind of the way it goes whenever you pull up a part or take off a part. That's why they always say opening up a can of worms. But getting there. Get this piece in, fix this, 'cause I don't like that. It's not stepping up enough for the little step up here. So fix that. See, like I did that one, made a little step up for it. But fix that rusty spot, this rusty spot. Weld that back on, weld all these holes shut, and once I get all that on, I think I can go ahead and test fit the quarter panel again and start getting stuff lined up, and I can come back and punch some holes in and everything with the hole punch, where I'll be welding everything back together. So stay tuned. I'm going to say probably next week I should be starting to weld everything together on this side. Well, I'm saying next week. Today's Sunday. Yeah, so this coming up week, maybe next weekend, I'll be tacking everything together on that side. And I kind of stopped running that. Works great, but the fumes kill you. And there was times that it was burning my eyes in here. So I actually ordered this a while back and got it in. I took an old chair, just kind of cut the back off the chair for it to have a place to sit, and then cut a hole down there for the vent for the return air. I plan on running that outside to the fresh air, so it gets fresh air return. The combustion would be a lot better in my opinion. But that exhaust pipe gets pretty darn hot. And I went ahead and cut a hole, 4-inch hole in the wall, and then metal plated it. Metal plated it on there so you ain't gonna burn the wood. They got another thing on Marketplace that's made for that. They're like 19 bucks. I spent probably 5 cents on some screws and a metal plate. And it's holding, it's like 68 in here. But yep, that's the new heat, and as you can see, it's not all smoky in here like it was before. Not burning my eyeballs out. And it's pretty quiet. It's not bad. I've seen a lot of the diesel heaters where they make a clicking noise, clickety 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 click 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 click. But this one here is actually pretty darn quiet. Yay. So anyways, trunk rail, working on getting it in, fix that crustiness underneath of it, fix them couple little spots, and then I think I can start, like I said, mocking up the quarter panel. Well, I don't know, might go easy, might not. I always hope for the best but expect the worst. And I do have this to do also. It's hinge rebuild kits for the door hinges. Complete kit. It comes with the bushings, new springs, if my rollers ain't bad, I'm going to leave them, because I've done this kit before, and these rollers, they're not made out of very hard metal, and it starts to wear through them after a while, and then the doors get stuck. So if I don't have to change them, I'm not going to. But rebuild them so that when I hang the quarter and line everything up, I do got a piece of metal that I'm going to throw inside the door to kind of mimic the weight of the window and stuff being in it. So when I adjust it, it should stay the same once I put the windows in. And if it don't, it'll be really close. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm at today. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Starting to get stuff in. Wheel well, drop off pan, all seem to fit pretty good. I was having a little issue with right here. You can see how it's kind of dropped down in there. The other side is too. So I actually hammered on this lip a little bit to kind of drop it down, and then on the bottom hammered upward to get them to match up a little better. But that's kind of the way it is whenever they build hundreds of cars. They're not ever perfect. Thousands of cars, they ain't never really all perfect. I've seen where they have big gaps in here and they just fill them up with seam sealer, kind of like over there. You know, big old gap in there, but they just fill it up with seam sealer and move on about their business. So for me to get it to fit that tight, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. So, anyways, I probably won't leave that heat go just because I don't trust it yet. You know, after I set out here with it for a month or so and it doesn't have any issues, and I might leave it on low and just kind of keep the garage warm all the time. So I don't know, we'll see where that goes. Anyways, I don't know if you guys like these little videos or not. If you do, let me know. If you don't, I'll just make them for myself. That way I have reference later on down the line, because I'm like, when I built this car, I took thousands and thousands of pictures, and I'm going to do the same way on this one. You know, that way if someone asks me later, you know, I can say, oh no, that was completely rebuilt. I didn't leave any rust in this car whatsoever. Anyways, night night.